Did you know that coconut drops is popular in Trinidad and Tobago as well as Jamaica? The fact is, coconut drops in Jamaica and Trinidad are two different food items. In today's recipe, we are going to make coconut drops Trinidad style but the muffin version. To my bowl, I am adding milk, 1 egg, and I am adding the aromatics to this. So we are going in with some vanilla essence, grated ginger, cinnamon, nutmeg, white sugar, salt, brown sugar, grated coconut, melted butter. The butter doesn't have to melt completely, it can be softened just like this. I'm adding some coconut extract, which is optional because I like that artificial flavor of coconut, and raisins. The coconut drops in Jamaica and the coconut drops in Trinidad has very similar ingredients to it, but one is gluten free. For our dry ingredients, we are adding flour and baking powder. Whisk it until it's nice and fluffy, but you want the inside of the buns to be very soft and crisp on the outside. In Trinidad, what is called coconut drops in Jamaica is known as sugar cake. We are adding the dry ingredients into the wet and mix it. This recipe does not take long at all. It's all about adding the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients together to get a masterpiece in the end. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, remember to click that subscription button. Please don't go before you subscribe to my channel. And let me know if you are enjoying my recipes. You want to mix this with a spoon, or you can go in and mix it with your hand, but I find when mixing it with your hand you get a lot of the batter stick up on your hands, and that is just for me a waste because I want all my batter to go into this muffin tin. Usually when you make coconut drops, you just drop it on a tray and you bake it, and however it forms, so it gives a natural shape and a natural look. But I like making my coconut drops in a muffin style because it looks more classy, but I also enjoy it as the drop form. Big up to my Jamaican followers, and enough respect to my Trinidad and Tobago people. When adding these to the pan, you want to make sure that you have a nice little hump about 1.5 inch above so that you get that nice muffin puff. And this recipe makes 12 muffins. And you will find the entire recipe down in the description box below. The glaze gives these a beautiful sheen and a really high quality professional look, just like you would in a bakery. You will be able to find a lot of bakery recipes on my channel. I will leave links in the description box. If you click that button just above there, you will find all my recipes for bakery items, including hot cross buns, cinnamon buns, and other recipes. The baking time for this recipe is 360 degrees Fahrenheit for 45 minutes. And as I place these in the oven, I will be turning them around so that they bake evenly. So I'll be switching from side to side occasionally. I can guarantee you that if you try this recipe, you will not regret. Now it's time for the glaze. The glaze I will put in the description box. I did not show this on camera. I am pushing the glaze into the muffin so that all the creases have this delicious, flavorful vanilla glaze. I grew up on coconut drops and I just love them all. I love the Jamaican style coconut drops, coconut clusters, and I love the Trinidad and Tobago style. I love the crispiness of it, and be on the lookout for my coconut sweetbread recipe dropping very soon. You can also find the recipe for old-fashioned Tobago sugar cake, and I will leave the link in the description box as well. When our elderly made sweetbread long ago, they never used to brush it with brush. They used to use sweet broom bush. I don't know how many of you remember sweet broom bush. You used to go outside and pick it, dust off the dirt, wash it, and they used to use it with sweet water to brush the sweetbread. And so all this fancy pastry brush thing, for certain I did not grow up on that. Now I'm going to remove them out of the pan before they sweat at the bottom because I want them to be nice and crisp. I'm going to place them on a cooling rack to continue to cool. As I mentioned before, one of my upcoming recipes will be coconut sweetbread the old-fashioned way, and I'll be using a lot of Caribbean ingredients that I grew up with that the old people used to use to make the best sweetbread. When you have your grandparents and your parents were younger and they made sweetbread for you at this age, when you look back, you definitely cannot beat your grandparents' sweetbread. Now I can open it and enjoy. Nice crisp and coconut on the outside and very soft and flavorful on the inside. Thank you for joining. Don't forget to subscribe. See you another good day for another great recipe.